Mr. Ron.
Hey, Johnny, how you doing today?
I feel better, man.
Are you feeling better?
Yeah. Yeah. Yukiko's at work on her connection.
Yeah, Yukiko's having a little trouble.
Yeah. She's on Zoom with me but prospecting right now, but she says she's gonna work on it right now.
Okay.
And I have a question. When you do the comps, when you did the seller, I forgot his name. You did that seller
Oh, Alan?
consultation. Yeah,
Alan?
he said
Yeah,
he uses four different comp systems to show clients. How many do you use?
one.
Okay,
Uh,
which one? The RPR or?
yeah, typically I'll just do a one-line CMA and then I back it up with the RPR. And I
Mhm.
just use the front. Normally, I just do the front page of the RPR. Because I wanted to show that range and I wanted to show the confidence level rating of the stars,
Mhm.
5-star confidence. Now, the last one we did last week with where I was the FISBO and or I was presenting to him, he was a for sale by owner. That one I did a little more in depth one because I thought he would be a lot more analytical than he was. Um,
Uh-huh.
and plus, the for sale by owner I chose, I just pulled one randomly that's active, as a for sale by owner on Zillow, and they had like three different the tax docs were saying it was 2050 square feet. He was saying Zillow was saying it was 2258, and MLS was in there. His previous MLS was at 21. So I thought I'd have a lot more resistance, so I had that prepared to I just chose the one in the middle, really. So like in Rocky, they say hit the one in the middle. There she is, Yuki.
Hi, sorry about that. I had a little problem, but
No problem.
I'm
No
here.
problem. And Alex.
I am here. I don't believe I have any problems, but we'll see what happens.
All right. Yeah, we hear you good. We hear you good. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. I'm glad everybody's coming in. I appreciate you be here on your day off, but we gotta refine what we do. So these are ways, and we can work on the challenge, the listing challenge. So Alex is going to present to Yukiko, and Alex, you're in. Where are you again?
I'm in Richmond. Apparently, I didn't
Richmond,
change
Virginia.
the. Yep, Richmond, Virginia.
So tell us a little about yourself, Alex.
Richmond, Virginia. Been in real estate for 15 years now. Um, uh, I fancy myself an investor and a realtor, but those are the options that I give people. I've done both, so it's real estate all day. Family, kids, all that good stuff. But outside of the kids and the family, it's real estate.
Very good, very good. So you're investing as well as selling, and so are you flipping homes, or you just didn't keeping them?
Unfortunately, been doing more flipping. I want to keep them, but I haven't been able to get those yet. So that's my next steps is holding on to the property to build up the portfolio and go from there.
Good way to go. Good way to go. And Yukiko in San Diego.
Yep. I am in San Diego, California. I've been doing real estate for the last 15, 16 years. And real estate is my hobby, my my career, my passion. And I love real estate. Buying, selling real estate, helping folks. Thank you.
All right. All right. So, well, let's begin. Let's begin. Alex, go ahead and start your presentation. I don't know if you're going to be at the door, you're going to be at the phone. Where are we starting
That's
today?
that's what I was about to ask. Are we at? Have you already set the appointment, Yukiko, and we're at the door?
Oh, okay.
Or okay,
Is it an
all right,
expired or if it's for sale by owner?
it's expired.
Okay, great. All right.
All right, so I'm gonna knock on the door, and we're gonna start.
Hi,
So
you must be Alex, right?
yes, I am. Hi, Yukiko.
Yes.
Oh, fantastic. It's a pleasure to finally meet you. So thank you for taking your time today to meet with me. Do you mind if I check out the property a little bit?
Sure. You want me to show you around?
Absolutely. I want you to show me straight through it like you would any other buyer.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
We're all done.
Yep.
Would you like to sit in the living room?
Yeah, let's go ahead and grab is there a table in there?
Yeah, there's a coffee table there.
All right, yeah, let's go ahead and grab a seat there.
Okay, great.
All right. So it looks like I said, when we talked on the phone, your property had expired. And do you know why it didn't sell in the 90 days?
Well, my agent keeps saying that I need to reduce the price, and we did that several times, and we weren't going
Oh,
to do
wow.
that anymore.
She said you're not going to do that anymore. So it looks
No,
like it expired at 500K. And I was pulling it up. Where'd y'all start at originally?
600.
You said how much?
600.
Okay, you started at 600. Okay, great. How'd you get to that number?
Well, that's what the agent recommended. She said that
Oh, that's
she's confident that she can for 600, but we went down the price 4 times.
oh wow,
So,
man, four
uh,
times.
and here we are, didn't sell.
Yeah, didn't sell. So did the agent give you the comps or the reasoning for her $600,000 price?
Yeah, all the homes were selling about 650, anywhere from like five. I don't quite remember all the details, but
Okay.
600 was within the range.
Okay. Now, when I was pulling up, I did notice that street right there. It looks like it's a pretty busy street. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, yeah, my bedroom is facing that traffic and start building up pretty early these days. But it wasn't
Oh,
like that
wow.
when I first bought it.
Yeah, I know that everything keeps developing and moving forward. Okay. So did your agent take that into account? Because like I said, it looks pretty busy. How is it during rush hour, like in the mornings and after school?
Well, in the morning, I think it starts about 6 o'clock.
Oh,
And school time, I don't know. I'm at work. But when I get home, I mean, when I come home about 5 o'clock, I don't see any problem. Waiting on the traffic light is getting longer and longer.
oh, wow. So what are you selling?
Why? Because we wanted to move to San Diego.
Okay. So you're looking to move. So what makes you want to go to San Diego?
My family lives there.
Oh, okay. How long have you been here?
Um, 10 years.
Okay. So what's made you decide to move now?
Well, I will be retiring very soon. And so I want to go back to San Diego and enjoy my retirement and be
Yeah.
closer to my family.
Get close to your family and enjoy that retirement with them and have family. That's a great reason to be moving. What's your timeline?
Well, I want to be there like 3 months ago, but it didn't happen. So, the sooner is better, but I'm not. My retirement well, I extended my work a little bit so I can quit when my house sells. So, yeah,
Okay.
I'm not in a hurry.
So it seems like the thing that's keeping you here anchored is the house not selling. Does that sound about right?
Yeah.
Okay. So as soon as we get that sold for you, you're ready to go.
Yeah, we
So
are.
so the last price y'all were at was 500,000. You said you don't want to drop down anymore. What price would you like to be at? What do you need to be?
What do I need? Well,
Yeah.
I would a million, but that's very fantasy land.
Oh yeah, a
Um,
million. I mean, I always say if I could buy every house for $1 and sell every house for 1 million, I'd be great. I would love it. So if I could, I would. But I mean, you've lived here for 10 years now. You've seen the developments going on around you. So I mean, if we can get you to San Diego in 2 months, I mean, what's your drop dead bottom number that we can go with?
well, I told that agent 500 was my lowest.
Hmm.
Because the house across the street from me sold for almost 600,000. Um, just about when I put my house on the market, right? That house
Okay.
is very original, and you saw my house, but I include my kitchen, all the vanities in both bathrooms, and yeah. And
Oh,
my
okay.
landscape is pretty good, right?
Yeah, you got some great curb appeal. I will say that. So, I mean,
Yeah.
generally when houses don't sell, they usually it's either because of the environment, the price, or the condition itself. Your house is beautiful, so that can't be it, right? And you're ready to move, so your motivation isn't it. So I'm thinking this is more of an environment thing. That street right there, that traffic seems to be weighing you down a little bit, right?
Yeah, I guess, but if the house across the street sold for close to 600, do I need to blow it that much because of this traffic behind me?
Unfortunately, I don't make the price, the market does. So when people came in and doing showings, what was the feedback that your agent gave you? Because it sounds like y'all did some pretty good communication.
She didn't really say anything. She pretty much
Oh,
said, the buyers are still looking, they're not really ready to pull the trigger, things like that.
okay.
Sometimes not, they get to say,
All right. So when we get started working together, one of the first things I'm going to do is reach out to the previous people that showed some interest and see whether they're still looking or why they didn't decide to go with your house. Is that something that you would like me to do when we start working together?
um, yeah, I guess, but I'm sure they have purchased a home already. So what good is that going to do?
You never know. I mean, they came through because they showed interest. Your house was on the market for 90 days, and you had steady traffic. You did some price reductions, so it's just a matter of finding out why the market didn't accept it at that price. And that's what I want to start doing. I want to be able to get on the phone with the other agents, the previous buyers, and I want to see how we can make your house fit. And you said 500,000. It didn't sell before, so I mean, what do you owe on the house right now?
Probably about 200,
You said about
$200,000.
$100,000 on it. Okay, okay. So, I mean, realistically, as long as you can pay that off and you have more than enough money to go ahead and buy your house in San Diego. Have you already started looking over there?
Uh, no, not really. We're going to move into
You're going to move in.
into an apartment first.
Okay, you're going to move into an apartment. So as soon as we get it sold, all you have to do is need a couple of weeks to find an apartment because you'll have the cash there, and then you'll be able to move and get started your life over there, right? Get closer to the family and really get started where you want to be. Get that
Uh-huh.
retirement going.
Yeah, yeah.
Right. So, I mean, like I said, if we've walked around, everything looks good. I think when I've run the comps, I mean, I feel 500 might be a good number, but we have to take the environment into account because we can't pick up your house and move it to the other side of the street where it's not affected by that traffic right outside your window. You've lived with it, you've grown up with it, but you got people that are clients that were looking for houses. They might have a family and they might not feel comfortable with it right there. So we have to put it in a price range that wants the market to buy it. Does that sound right?
I understand what you're saying, but the house across the street from me is very close to 600,000. I have to drop like $100,000 like that.
We lost
Oh,
Alex.
Chucky?
We lost Alex somewhere.
Oh my. Okay.
So
I'm sure he's coming back.
yeah, he'll be right back. So
Okay.
so one of the objections, you have traffic on your street. Is that what I heard?
Mhm.
Okay, and Alex is doing a good job. You can't pick it up and move it, so we're gonna have to deal with it, right?
Right.
So I don't know where he is. I'm sure he's gonna reboot and get back on. So this is how it is. So
Mhm.
John,
I had a
oh, go
earlier.
ahead, Yuki.
Oh, I had a problem earlier, so maybe he has a similar problem.
I was
Sorry,
having some
John. Go ahead.
problems too earlier.
Yeah, I like what he said. It's like I don't make the price the market does, and
Yeah.
also one thing that the most that I take away with like, you know, when we working together, I will contact your previous agent. So he already take a listing already.
Yeah.
Tell
Yeah.
when we work together, I'm going to contact the previous agent and ask them, you know if it's something we can work together. Let's compromise the price, and maybe your client didn't write offer because of price. Let's see if he can get back together. He's back now.
Yeah, here he's back. Okay, Alex, take it. You were moving the house. You can't move the house.
You can't move the house now. All right. All right. So yeah, unfortunately, we can't move the house. Sorry. So yeah. So I mean, if we're looking at 500,000, it didn't sell. So the market said, "Hey, 500,000, that number we need to be at." And I think we could make something work, but we just have to find that person for your house. And by doing that, we're probably gonna have to lower the price a little bit. I know it's not what you want, but ideally, you want to get to San Diego so you can start your retirement. Isn't that your main priority?
Well, that is my plan, but I'm not in.
Okay. So, I mean, how about we start? How about this? I'm gonna go ahead and get this paperwork out. We're gonna review this and we'll see if we can get you started and I can get you moved to San Diego sooner rather than later. Because at the end of the day, we want to get you started with your retirement. We want to get you to your family, and we can't do that while you're here with this backyard and this traffic light here that people don't seem to be enjoying. We want to get some people in here that are gonna love the house like you are.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. Basically, you're telling me that I need to lower the price. You know, I think one of the problem was, I mean, I don't think that other agent was doing anything around marketing. Oh, I don't know what she did.
Oh, you don't even know what she did?
Yeah,
Oh,
I mean,
wow.
she didn't have an open house. She had a very small sign on my yard, and she
Hmm.
had it on MLS, but that's basically what she did. I don't know what else she did.
Okay. Well, I can tell you right now. Number one, if you do you want, did you like the open house? Is that something that you would like me to do?
Um, yeah, that would be very helpful,
Okay. Well, I mean, because
bringing the
generally,
traffic.
it'll get some interested parties. It'll get some neighbors in there, and maybe they'll know somebody. But I can tell you right now, I pick up the phone and I call people. As soon as we get started working together, I'm calling up everybody that had a showing on your property originally that I can get in contact with. I'm going to work around, circle all your neighbors around because people that live in the area know people that want to live in the area. So the first thing I'm going to do is get on the phone and start talking to people. And that's my number one goal. I'm an active agent. I don't sit back and wait for people like it sounds like the other one did. She might have been doing things, but I go out there, I put my boots to the ground, and I find somebody to buy your house. Does that sound like something that's going to work with you that we can go ahead and get started working together on?
Sounds like you're kind of proactive agent. I like that. Um, yeah, sure.
Okay. So, like I said, we're going to review this. So, your name, you spell it Yukiko, right?
Yukiko. Uh-huh.
Okay. And Kita, then we're going to start going down and filling in some blanks if I haven't filled it in already. Um, and then can we go ahead like in 500,000? That's a good number, but can we start at we didn't sell it for 500. Can we go ahead and start at 490? People like odd numbers. I don't know why. People like some odd numbers. So can we go ahead and start at 490 and see kind of traffic we get going?
Um, can we do 499,999?
499,999. All right.
Yeah.
Now, if we start right there, I'm gonna, like I said, I'm an active agent. So I'm gonna find out pretty quickly how the market's feeling about your house. If we come in within 10, 15 days and we're not getting the traffic, like I said, our goal is to get you to San Diego. So if we're not getting the traffic, can I get your approval now that we're gonna start making adjustments? I'm gonna communicate with you every Monday. That's my job. So you're gonna know everything I know. So when I'm talking to you about making a price adjustment, you're going to know why, but we have to be
I
active on
see.
it.
I see.
Okay.
Mm, okay,
All right.
got it.
All right. So we're going to start at 49999, and we're going to go from there. And ideally, we have you where you need to go in the next 90 days, but we'll start going from here. So can you approve these numbers? And
Um,
I think the signature right there.
oh, okay. Before selling, what is your commission?
Oh, commission is completely negotiable. I work on a 3% fee for my service. The laws have changed across the country, so the buyer's brokerage is negotiable as well. So the buyer is expected to pay for their own agent. However, some people come in and they want you to participate in that, and that's going to be completely up to you. That's something that we can consider as the time comes. But
Mhm.
generally, like I said, I ask for 3% because I know that I'm an active agent. I'm going to be on the ground every morning talking about your house. I'm going to meet with other agents talking about your house. And my goal is to get it sold. So we're going to put down 3%, and can we initial there and keep going?
Oh, I do hear the agents and everybody had like a 2.5. So can
Oh,
you come down a little bit?
2.5. Now, if I go 2.5, are we going to start working together, or is there something else that's really stopping us?
Yeah, well, I need to think about it, but 3 point is too much.
Okay, okay, I can understand that. Now, what is it that you need to think about? Was it the price that we
Um,
came to, or are
yeah,
you just not
the
sure?
price, yeah, the price for one, I'm okay with the 499,999, but I'm still thinking that's too low. And 3%, oh my gosh, that's too much.
I can understand that. But I mean, like I said, I've been in real estate for 15 years now. I mean, my experience speaks for itself, so I'm not going to try to sell you on me at all. But I will say this: like you were out there at 500,000, and the market said, "Hey, that's a little bit too much for us." I didn't say it. The people that came in and saw your house, they were just it put up some pause. So if we get below that, I think we'll be able to build some more traffic. But we ran the comps, we've looked at everything, and at the end of the day, the market decides. Like I've had houses that I thought would never sell, and they sold for more than what we were asking. I've had houses that are perfect condition, but for one reason or another, maybe it's the location, maybe it's the yard, the market needed a little bit more, and that's just something we'll have to negotiate and we'll work out. So I think 4,999 is a good starting point, and I can understand your apprehension because you're like, I want to take as much as I can, but ideally, you want to get as much as you can and move, right? You don't want to be here longer than you have to.
All right, right, but I'm not in a hurry.
You say you're not in a hurry?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought you wanted to be gone in the next 3 months. I mean, you're right there, ready to quit and walk away and retire. I know I couldn't retire fast enough if I had that opportunity. Oh my goodness! Like,
So
so I mean,
I would like to be in San Diego, but I'm not in a hurry. I'm still working.
oh, you're still working.
So
Okay,
yeah,
okay. All right. Do you work remote? Could you work from your new
yeah,
apartment? Okay,
yeah.
so oh, okay. So
Oh,
the
no, no, no,
move.
no, no. I will retire and move to San Diego, but I'm still working right now, and I can quit once my house gets sold.
So the only thing that's keeping you here is just like that anchor around your neck is this house that is keeping you the place that you don't want to go, and you are ready to move. You're ready to retire. You're ready to start that second phase of your life with your family. The only thing is this property keeping you here. Do you really want to stay here?
No, like I said, I'm not in a hurry, but I don't know the compensation, the 3% too much, and I thought we can sell the house for, you know, a little bit more than $500,000. You know
Uh,
that the house, yeah, so a lot more, 100. So
yeah,
is
and you.
499,999 really realistic?
Well, I mean, the market speaks for itself. I mean, your house was on the market for 90 days, and I've walked through it. It looks great. You've done some great work to it. I look out the window, and I can't imagine sleeping next to that traffic. But I mean, I think that might be your biggest problem. And there's a price to all that. Um, if I could, I would love to sell your house for 600,000. If I could sell it for 600,000 at 2.5%, that would be amazing. But based on the history that we've seen here, the market doesn't support that price. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. But can you sell my house for a little over asking price at 2.5% commission?
No. It doesn't make sense.
Hmm. Okay. All right. Um, how much do you think, how long you will take to get it sold?
I'm going to start as soon as we get this contract signed. As soon as we sign right here, as soon as I get your initials, your signature, I'm starting today. I'm walking out and I'm calling my office immediately. So I can start as soon as you say, Alex, you're hired. So am I hired?
And how long is it going to get sold? How long is it going to take to get it sold,
If I
Alex?
if I could wave my magic wand, I would have it sold tomorrow, but I can't tell you that. Because I can tell you we'll put it out there and we'll put the best face forward, and I'll put it out to every agent that I know and the ones I don't know. I will contact every buyer, every seller in the every property owner in this area, and I will do my best. But like I said, I could do my best and it could still not be good enough. And at the end of the day, the market makes the price. I wish I could say otherwise. I wish I could every house that put under contract sold, but like I said, sometimes the market has different things involved in mind. But I can tell you, I'm going to work my hardest. I'm going to do my best for you, and I'm going to do everything I can to get you to San Diego with your family so that you can start by the end of the summer in the beautiful weather, bringing in Labor Day with your family, right?
Yeah. Okay, sounds good.
And if I can get you there by 4th of July, I will, but I have to get started working today.
Okay, I understand. All right, where do I sign?
All right, I just need you right here, right by the X.
Okay.
All right. All right, let's get started.
Right. There you go. 33 minutes. And that was even with the break of a reboot. Good job, Alex. Good job. Yuki, good job. You were hard on him. But you know,
she was hard.
right.
She didn't give in.
You notice how Alex, he didn't cave in on that. I don't set the price. It's the market that sets the price. But as soon as we get it going, and as soon as you sign, I can go to work. That was great. That was a good job. Good job. Hey, we have Dante live there. There's Dante.
Hey, what's up, guys? Good morning
Dante.
to you. Some good afternoon.
Dante, do you have?
Yep, it was Alex, right? Alex?
Yes, Alex.
Hey, Alex. Great job. I love the just the conversation. It was just a conversation, fluent conversation. It wasn't anything like you were grilling her in a ton of questions. You were just kind of keeping it, conversational, but you were actually asking her the questions that mattered. So that's great. The only thing I do differently in the beginning, I know you let her show you the house. The only thing I've made that, I guess, I've allowed people to show me the house before, and then they sell it to me, right? And they spend 30 minutes selling it to me. And I want to get in and out of that house, ideally, within 30, max 35 minutes. And sometimes that walkthrough could take a little longer because they'll show you the piece of cement that they have that's so beautiful, that the way it was laid that particular day where the sun hit it and somebody else put their fingerprints on it and it was like, it looked like Bono or something. I don't know, right? Like it's just, they go on and on, right? And so that's the only thing I would do differently. And then towards the end where you said, I've been doing this for a long time, I'm not going to sell myself.
Yeah, I didn't like when I said that immediately. Like
okay.
immediately as I
Good,
said that, I was like,
well,
I didn't like that.
I don't have to burn. I don't have to drag on that. But the only thing I would say is, a simple return to that, I guess, objection handler, or just answering the question really, is by asking another question to her, Mrs. Seller, how much was your other agent charging you? She's going to say 2.5, right? Oh, she was charging me 2.5. And did that get you the result that you were after? Or you could just answer it for her, right? Either way. I mean, asking her the question is a little easier for her. So like in her head, she's like, oh, it did not get me what I was after. Okay. So would you agree that results are the name of the game, or results are really what matter in this situation? Yes. Would you pay a little more to get the result you're after? Or would you rather pay a little less and never get what you're after? Now, the people, if it's an analytical like me, I'm going to be like, okay, but so if it was an analytical and they tried selling the house for 5 months and she's still paying a mortgage on that house, let's say she was, right? Even if it was $100,000, I don't care. So it's 600, so it's $800 right now mortgage, right? Well, 5 months, 5 times 8, how much is it? Right? It's $4,000, right? Like, what's 0.5% on $500,000, right? It's not 4,000, or is it? For 0.5%, we're talking whatever. The thing is, most people have a larger mortgage than $800 anyway. So, if it was an analytical, I would break it down into you wasted 5 months of your own time. So the time we can't get back, nor the money that you put into the house, meaning the mortgage payments, right? If they were $4,000 a month or $3,000 a month, now we're talking. So to an analytical, I would break it down. I'd be like, those were the two or three questions I would ask, And if they want more, then I would say, well, I completely understand where you're coming from. But can I tell you, if they continue to ask, about the commission, but usually one pushback on commission is all that it takes until you just say, the simple questions I went into the beginning. Most people will be okay with that, I believe.
Well, I think you answered that real easy. Look, hey, we know the results of that. So then go on to the next, question. Just ask another question. We know the results. That doesn't work. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to work. I'm going to call the neighborhood. This is what I do that works. And I think Alex did a good job at just handling that and taking care of it. But we get where you're coming from on that, Dante. Yeah. And then how would you handle that, Alex? If I said, hey, I want to show you around, and you're at the beginning of your presentation, what would you say?
I have no problems you show me around. I want to walk around it and I want to see it with fresh eyes. So I want to see it through the eyes of somebody who hasn't seen it, through the buyers, because most of the buyers that come through, this is their first time. So I want to be able to see it through their eyes, and then I'll come back and I can talk to you. Does that sound like a plan? Would you like me to meet you in the living room when I'm done? And go from there.
Good response. That's what I would do. I would say, you know what? I have no problem. After we sign the contracts, you can show me around all you want, but let's get the contract signed.
Yeah, so, I like saying thank you so much for offering. I'm going to take a quick look around through the eyes of the buyer. Maybe I'll ask you a question. I'll say, do you know how quickly buyers take a look at a home? They're going to be like, oh, well, when I look at a house, I'm in and out. Exactly. Usually about 5 to 7 minutes. So, why don't we meet right there at your kitchen table? If they have my packet that I pre-delivered, then of course I'm going to say, open it up to the 18-point plan of action or whatever, or the marketing plan, right? So that they can, and just give it a quick glance at it. I'll be back in there in a flash. And then if anything, I'll say, and you can give me the official tour after we get the contract signed.
There you go.
Or after we get the agreement signed, whatever you want to say.
Give them the busy work. Let them stay at the table and review what you gave them while you go look at it, and then you can, close on them later. We can take a look at it later. But yeah,
people want someone, a professional that takes charge. So like if you go into what do you do when you go into the doctor's appointment? They tell you go wait in that little room, then you go wait in another smaller room, and then they tell you put down your pants and you have to do it. Whatever, you know what I mean? So if not, you get out of their consult room and you go somewhere else.
Exactly. Good answer. Layla. I'm glad you turned on your
camera. I think Alex was great. He was good. Yeah, only thing is if the word "but" he used one time.
The "but"?
Yeah.
Well, if that's his only,
but he was good. He was good. Everything was good. He was able to really respond good. Yeah.
Yeah, you had good energy. You had good responses. Your mannerism is real calm. It's not super urgent, but it's professional, and that's good. That's a good thing. So sometimes I come across real hard because I'm trying to get them done.
You're like, sign, let's go.
Yeah, and Alex, 3.5, my friend. So think about your value. You got great value. Properties. You're an investor yourself. You know how to rehab them. You know what to do to make them sell. Just start charging more.
There you go. Good.
The worst thing that can happen is they say no. I've charged all the way to 4.5, and I hope this is recorded because that's the way it goes.
Yeah.
And then but I get the job done, and people are happy. And believe me, I just view it as.
You're breaking up on this little.
Breaking up.
Oh, I said, can you hear me now?
Yeah, go ahead.
I said, I like to pay more sometimes. I'm happy when I walk out of stores and I pay more. because I know I got value.
Yeah.
That's right. They're happy to pay you more money if you do a great job. So Candace, did we get, and Anita, either one of you?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I was gonna say, can you hear me?
Yes, go ahead, Anita.
Okay. Yeah, Alex, you did a great presentation. I like the conversation. You wasn't no pressure. You took her through all the prices. You were even able to explain to her about the prices, why she had to go down. And that what one thing I wanted to ask was you stay with the 499. Wouldn't that kind of affect when the buyers are looking for it? Because I know usually the buyers are gonna go 480 or for something. Would that also show? Because
If they chop it off at 480, we've lost it, but we would have also lost it at 490. So there's always going to be a bracket in there. So 450, 480, they're looking at 500. So they're
yeah.
usually not stopping it at 490 unless that's the absolute max that their lender has told them that they can get to. So as long as we're I feel like as long as we're under that 500, that's a good start. I would have preferred a greater drop down because it didn't sell on 500,000.
Mhm.
But it's a lot of times where if I've ran the comps and I'm just seeing this traffic back here as, okay, this is our downside. What is that cost for that downside? Is it $10,000? Is it $15,000? What is it going to make it so that the market comes in and goes, this is worth it at this price? And so, yeah, I gave in at the 499 and I'll probably come back. Maybe we'll talk about it some more once we get through the first week of showings. Because again, sometimes just getting it back out there, it was on the market for 90 days. Sometimes getting it back slightly under, people go, oh, wait, new pictures, it's fresh, we're coming in. That might affect it. But if it doesn't, then I'm coming back in, like I said, within 10 days. And I'm coming back within the numbers of going, hey, we had showings here, 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 here. Yeah, you asked if I could do an open house. I did an open house right here. I marketed it this way beforehand. I've called this many people. I knocked on these doors. And when I got through here, here's the feedback that we've gotten that I'm communicating with you. I feel like we need to drop it down because this is the price that we're at. This is where we need to be at. I want to get you out. I want to get you moved. And I understand that you're saying that this 500 is your bottom line, but the market says that if we want to get you moved to where you need to go, the market says we've got to come down to about 485 or whatever that
Uh,
number says that we need to be at. If she's not okay with that, I can understand it. But does she want to buy her house at $500,000 or does she want to sell her house at 485,000? Because at 500,000, she bought her own house because no one else is buying it. So,
Got it.
uh, and that I would say that in basically that same way. At 500,000, you're buying your house. At 485, we're going to get somebody in here to buy it from you, and ideally, that's what we want. Correct?
Got it. Okay.
Very good.
Thanks.
Very good explanation there. So you're buying it back if you don't adjust the price where we need to be. So yeah, nobody else is paying it. So why would we even consider it? Good one. So John, what have you got? Have you got a clincher for Alex there?
Yeah, I like conversation. That's right. He's good conversation. Just calm, Even the seller, Yukiko is good, and it's a real seller. You know, they want more money. I know. It said no. How long you will sell my home? Well, we price right. I'm confident I can. We can get that done. I can't promise anything, but more likely we can get done 45 days or less if we price right. you know that's the things that come down to price. And another thing he said, I like what he said. You know what, I'm not, I'm not determining the price. The market or the buyers is the one to determine the market, not me. So for me, I would sell your house for $1 million, but is that the buyers out there gonna pay for $1 million for your house? That is the most important, and we're looking for the buyer, the right buyer to buy your home. Good. I like that conversation. If the seller push back, he just calm, keep going back and ask him question, motivation. You want to move or you want to stay here? And it's right. And then asked, and she said, "Well, this is not the time. I'm not in a hurry." Well, you're not in a hurry. You want to sell your home or you want to stay here? So, you want to sell your home, you want to move, then we gotta make it happen. or even 500,000, it's not gonna move the last time. It's gonna be the same thing again. Let's make it happen right now.
Let's make it
I
happen.
like that. Yeah, I like that. I like calm. Just the sale is one more money. I understand.
Good job. Good job.
Good job.
Candace. Candace got her hand up there.
Hello, everyone. I'm a little under the weather, so that's why my camera's off. But I caught the second half once you came back on. I love how you controlled the conversation throughout the whole time. You responded to her questions, and it was just conversational, informative, and matter of fact. It wasn't, combative, and I love that a lot. I like how you personalized it. You're like, well, I couldn't retire fast enough, when I get to that time. Just, future pacing. And just a lot of the things that you said is setting it up for us to work together. You're like, I'll go to work as soon as we get the paperwork signed. I'll call my office as soon as we get the paperwork signed. So you had so many great things that you said, and I just love your tone throughout the whole entire presentation. So I took away a lot. So thank you both, Alex and Yukiko, for this awesome Memorial Day presentation.
Candace, before you go, explain that you used a coaching term there, future pacing. For those that don't know, go ahead and explain that.
So it's saying like we're already working together, and you're putting that in the seller's mind, and you're leaving little breadcrumbs to let them know, okay, I'm going to work with this agent, or I'm already working with this agent. And then you even did the tie down. I don't know if that's the right term, when you're like, well, how do you spell your name? You're like, YUK, and she even helped you, So you're like, I'm filling in the paperwork if I don't have any of these spots filled in. So she's helping you. So she's cooperating, showing that, yes, we're ready doing business.
Yes, that's a good way. You do it naturally. You're doing your future pacing, and you're assumptive selling them. Okay. And so, yes, you do that real naturally. And that's a good thing, Alex. It's when you can master that skill, you're leading them without them really knowing they're being led to the final conclusion is that signature. So good point there.
That's why I think I would pay more for that service. I'm just saying, maybe 3.5.
Yes. Yeah. I love the part where he said, I can't move the home. I do that all the time. Hey, we're going to have to live with it. That's why when you pre-qual them, I ask them on a scale of 1 to 10, how would you rate your home? 10 being best. If they say, well, an 8, because guess what? We got a busy street. Oh, now we have some ammo that I'm just going to make a note of. And that's going to be a big thing on the presentation to get our price. But yeah, that's a good point. I like that you said that, Candace. Are you being coached right now? Candace?
I am not. Do you offer coaching services, Mr. Ron Poindexter?
No, I don't at this time, but I recognize I've been coached so long, but I recognize when you have, when you pick up level shifting, future pacing, assumptive selling, those are all things that coaches train you to do. And if you can master those, it makes selling so much easier because you're leading them to the answer you want, right? You're doing this neurolinguistic stuff. You don't want to price it at that. Or how'd you happen to pick that agent? Oh my gosh. It could be the greatest agent in the area, but you never want to admit that. You always want to say, I've never heard of him. Oh my gosh. When did he get his license back?
Well, Alex checks all of those boxes. So shout out to you, Alex.
Good job.
And you prayed a very true to life seller.
Yeah, Yukiko did a great seller, and she pushed back in all the right places, so it made it easy to handle some objections, which are just conversation. They're just slightly concerns that I just haven't answered her question yet. And if she comes back to it again, I'll just see what we need to do. How can I better answer that question? Is that really the only thing holding you back? Because if she's like 2.5% I'm signing today, then I've got to make a judgment call. It's like, am I going to take this at 2.5%, or am I going to keep pushing for that extra whatever however, the extra percent, 0.5%. And then that just depends on where my business is at. And that's my thing. If I'm like, oh, you know what, I could use another listing. All right, 2.5. Or if I'm like, I've got enough to work that I don't need to beg for that, I'm at 3. And if you go ahead and sign with this 3, then we're going to keep moving forward. And I start working for you today.
I'll give you,
one
Alex,
thing
I'll give you, sorry about that, guys. I'll give you some gold that Ed Kaminsky, if you can Google him, it's gold, ITZ.
I know Ed.
Sold.
I know Ed. He's
So,
been around a long time.
Yeah, that he gave me, right? Because I've always had a thing against lowering commission. I just feel like, oh, if I give a discount, I feel bad. Like in my, I don't know, in my heart, in myself, every blood cell, it's like, ooh, right? So, however, I don't want also to lose the ability to make another happy customer, to help someone that's really in need, and to earn a commission, right? And it's part of my business. Sometimes, yes, even, you know, I mean, even Ferrari may put a car that's not selling, right, on maybe like a, you know, special of something, right? Maybe they don't say discount, but, you know, anyway. So he said, get something in return. So, because we're here to negotiate. So we're not negotiating on price, right? Like if we're actually saying, okay, well, and so this is my line, okay? And you can, every single one of you can take it. I just say, first I leave a pause. I'll find out that that's the only thing that's keeping us from working together, okay? Not my marketing plan, not the price we're setting on the home, not anything else aside from they're super stuck on 2.5. Or in my case, since I asked for more, they're stuck at 3. And I want them to come to 3.5 because I'm asking for 4. Well, I will just leave a pause and say, look, I can't remember the last time I've done this. And please don't mention this to anyone. I mean, not even your sister or your brother or the closest people to you. I'm going to make the exception for you because I certainly want to help you get to, and I reiterate the motivation. And then, so, you know, you're stuck at 3. My value is 4. I'll do it for this one time at 3.5. However, with one condition, that you refer me someone that is looking to transact business and trying to sell their home or buy a home within the next 12 months. And then I'll stretch out my hand. I have a little, something in my hand. And then I'll stretch out my hand and I say, do we have a deal? And then I'll wait. As long as I have to wait until they stretch out their hand and shake my hand. And then most of them will say yes. Now it's up to you to now, you know, go hunt for that referral. But at least you didn't just give up. It's just giving up on the 0.5%. Not only does it hurt your bottom line, because that's like 20% extra. You know, if you did that every single time, it would be 20%. But also, I think it lets them know that you're just easily willing to negotiate down your commission, which is a lot less than their $500,000 house.
Yeah, sure. I would just say no. Any other questions? And if they say anything, say, well, what I hear you saying is you need the most out of your house. And that's my job, is to get you the most that I possibly can through strong negotiation. You know, and then just leave it at that. They're not going to hit you back on that. Just know and go get them right off on quickly come back with a response or question. What I hear you saying, though, is that you need the most out of your house the way you can possibly get. Is that correct? Yeah. And they're going to say, yes. Okay, great. Rather than work on my commission, let's work on getting the negotiation from the buyer. You know, so my little commission doesn't mean anything. You know, let's focus on your $500,000. So remember that the most important figure is the money they put in their pocket. It doesn't matter what you sell it for or anything else. It's how much is going into their pocket. And you can do that and turn that into a positive. The greatest thing that happened last year was we can now negotiate that buyer's agent's commission based on the offer we get. If they bring us a low offer, guess what? We're not going to offer much on the commission, are we? So just remember, just hammer it back right at them right away, and they won't even answer. They won't even answer them. You know, it's if they do, go into what Dante said. Get something. Don't give something away for nothing.
I mean, I want something. Something. Maybe there's a Lexus in the garage or something. I don't know. Something.
Did Ed ever tell you the story about his real estate career when the earthquake hit?
No, I haven't asked him about that. I will.
Ask him about that sometimes. It's a pretty traumatic story. You know, so he was there when that big earthquake hit, and he had a lot of
in 94? In 94? Is it 94 or 90 or something?
Whenever the year was, I don't remember. But that big earthquake hit, he lost his whole building and everything. I mean, he lost a lot of property. You know, that's something most of us never experience except for you California agents. So
I think it was 87. Yeah. I was in high school back then.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah. I wasn't there. I know that I was in Modesto when it hit. Yeah.
Yes. Well, guys, do you have any other questions for Alex or Yuki? No?
Oh, good job. Yeah. Yuki is the real seller. I like that. Yep.
Good job, Alex.
That's the real seller.
Well done.
Good job. Well, let's go
good job, though.
It's a weekend, but nobody's doing anything right now. Let's get on those. Everybody's home. Get on those phones and go get some appointments or price reductions or something that you need that'll cause your bank account to increase. That's what we like.
Money in the pocket.
Yeah, we got 6 more months. Maybe we can go do a little round robin on goals, Ron, since we have like a few more minutes.
On which one? On goals?
On goals. What are we looking to do in the next 6 months, everyone?
Make more money.
Well, yeah, but specific, right? I mean, I want at least 290 over the next 6 months.
290. So how many transactions is that for you?
That's 10 for me.
Okay, so 290. John?
I need 200. I need about 15 transactions for me.
Okay, 15. You know, I'll take about 25. Okay, that puts us at about 300 for me. So, all right, actually more than 500.
Now you're pushing me. Now you're pushing me.
Yeah. Well, I always tend to push. You know, I don't believe in setting a goal that's reachable. You always want to have a goal, but you always want to have a stretch goal. Okay, so you'll have your regular goal that you kind of know is reasonable, but make that a stretch goal. Because when you hit them, guys, it does make a difference. You know, I bet Mike Ferry $12,000 in 2007 that I would go from 50 to 75, and he got me there. But it was through huge accountability. And I was stressed the whole year, but it got easier. But he would call you up out of the blue and say, "What are you doing? Why aren't you working?" You know, so I didn't, you kind of had to keep going. And then everyone I met, because I did that in front of 5,000 people at a superstar retreat at the MGM Grand. And everyone I met would ask me, "Hey, where are you at on that goal?" So it's a tough one when you put it out there like that. Yuki, where are you at?
I'm in San Diego.
No, I know, but where are you at?
I know what you meant. Well, my goal for this year was 10, and you're trying to get me to 27. I'm working on it.
There you go. So how many contacts a day are you making?
Well, I'm pushing for 20. Recently, I think I went up to, very close to 15. Pickup rate here is very poor. I don't know why. I don't think my phone number is being labeled as spam. That's my issue.
Okay, so pickup. So
which dialer are you using, or are you using your own number?
No, I'm not using my own number. I'm using Espresso right now, and the number has been whitelisted.
Okay, so then you should be fine. And then, look, I understand that in California, at least for me too. Okay, and we're not so far.
Temecula, we're neighbors out there.
Temecula, yeah. So we'll get like 5 to 7. So just 6 an hour. Now, 6 an hour, that's from expires and canceled. Now you get more from for sale by owners. So if you're calling for sale by owners, you're not calling for sale by owners?
No, I am calling for sale by owners,
Okay.
but they are not picking up their phone. And I'm not
Right.
leaving my voice messages.
Okay,
Do you?
bad mindset. They are picking up their phone. They pick up my call.
Really? Okay.
So
What time are you calling?
Anytime. I don't
Anytime?
usually in the morning, right? In the morning or Saturdays, but in the mornings. I want to call for sale by owners. If I haven't called them all week, I'm calling them on Thursday and Friday, right before their weekend, right? So then I can call them again on Monday. Like I got somebody to call right now.
What's your daily goal, Dante?
Well, I'm working up to it, but it's 36.
Okay.
36 contacts. Yeah,
30?
I'm at around 20 right now, right?
Okay.
And then like I believe that I'm like a lead generating machine, right? So if I'm at 20, and I like to get out of the office around 6:30, right around there. Like I can't, I just got to get out. So I'll go to the park, or I'll go have dinner somewhere, and I'll sit at the bar, right? If I go to the park, I'm going to end up chatting it up with someone, and then I'll get one more, maybe two more contacts, like in person, right? Quality life,
Right.
sphere of influence and or a database type of thing. At least I put them in there for the long haul, and I know what neighborhood they live in because I was, walking the park in that neighborhood. And I'll make sure, obviously I'll look them up through 411 and everything. I'll put them in my database, and then I'll just drop them a little card in the mail or something. Hey, it was super nice meeting you, make a joke or something, and then they go from there.
Here's a shortcut that Mike Ferry taught me, guys, and we're going to be cutting it off here pretty soon. But you will list the amount of contacts you make every day. So if you're making 20, you will take 20 listings, okay? And give or take one or two extras if you're doing like what Dante does, where you make one a more personal contact or whatever. But if you're constantly doing 20, you're going to list 20 homes. There's no question. If you do 35, you're going to list 35. So when you call in the morning, make it a point to hit that number. Don't research. It doesn't matter. All you need really is the phone numbers. You don't even care if they're expireds or FSBOs or whatever. You just need to hit that call and make that call. And then, if you're behind, yes, FSBOs will pick up faster. They'll pick up more because they're wanting people to call them. The problem is that the appointment takes a little longer to get. So when you get real good at setting that appointment with a FSBO, it's a bona fide appointment that you want. You don't want to preview a home. You want to go in and make sure they understand that you're there to list the home and talk to them about getting it on the market and getting it sold. But yes, write that down. The number of contacts you make daily should be the number of listings, or it's going to be pretty close to the number of listings that you take throughout the year. So,
and then playing the hang up game, like if you got somebody on the horn, don't hang up on them. Don't say, it was very nice talking to you. I'll talk to you later. Like, just ask him any question, Is your grass green? Would you let me in your home and let me show you for 15 minutes? Like, what's the worst that can happen? You throw me out after 15 minutes.
Of the hang up game where the lady's screaming at me to hang up. And I said, no, I don't do that. Why aren't you hanging up? She's screaming at me to hang up. And I said, I don't do that. Who else do you know how I can help? And I just kept asking her questions. Finally, she says, well, I'm going to hang up. Oh, thank goodness. I got off the phone, right? But yes, hang up game is something you play. And but I've got one that sits there and calls and says F you every time he takes a breath, and it's just F you, F you, F you. But I kept asking him questions, and he finally hung up. But that's the hang up game. Don't hang up on them. Everybody, I have 27 seconds on this. Thank you very much for showing, and let's do it. Good job, Alex. Great job, Yuki. John, Dante, thanks for participating. Thanks for getting on. I appreciate it. All right. We'll see you guys.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Thanks, Ron. Bye.
Bet, John. Layla, thank you.